it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have a design team project for Colorist Studios. So I am using these awesome November kits, and this paper is just super fun, and I am going to gut it. So I gutted it thinking that I was going to actually use the inside piece for something. And I'm actually going to use the other side. So you've got this really cool swirl on one side, and the other side says fa la la. And I am documenting some pictures of our courthouse lighting. So there's lots of singing. Um, and it was just appropriate, even though it makes me kind of sad to use that really fun swirly bit that is based in the center, but at least I got a little bit of the swirly bit on the outside. So I have gutted it. I didn't gut it great. It's not perfect. So I decided to back the fa la la in some black cardstock, and I'm going to rough up the edges of both the fa la la paper as well as the black cardstock, and then that way it's going to make it kind of pop off of that swirly background, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and I love how that pops. I really do love that swirly paper. So it looks great just as a border. It could be used in so many different ways, and the design team members have definitely used it in some fun ways. So I did go ahead and put some Scotch tape on the back side of this, partially because I don't want it to get caught in my album, but also because when I put the adhesive down, some of it was still exposed, and I didn't want my layout to get stuck to my glass mat. So I have my two photos. I believe I trimmed down both of them. So they were both 4x6s, but I did trim them down a little bit. And then I'm going to use some cardstock from my stash, and this is just black cardstock like I used to mat. So I'm going to use to mat both of my photos here. I am going to rough up the edges just like I did on the other one. And I'm using a Tim Holtz distresser that I got from a friend of mine. And I have another one, but you know, the room's kind of a hot mess. Not going to lie. So I'm not really sure where it is, but I have this one and it works. So I'm going to dig through, these are the journaling bits, to see if there's something that I can put my acrylic title on, because I didn't want it to get lost. So I'm going to use the Christmas Crew title, but sticking it on the fa la la paper makes it really get lost. And so because of that, I am actually going to put it on top of the photos in the kind of sky space, the white space of the photos. So it still is a little bit hard to see on camera, but it does show up pretty well in person. So that's going to go in between the photos. So I'm going to put the photos kind of on a diagonal. And I'm also going to start my embellishing on a diagonal as well. So there are so many die cuts in this pack, as well as the journaling pieces. So I'm trying to see which ones I want to play with. There's tons of them. There are some ornaments, and I decided that in that upper right hand corner, I'm going to put 3 ornaments, and I'm also going to take some of the frazzle from the kit, and I'm going to use that as what is hanging the ornaments up. So I went ahead and just cut that frazzle because I knew I was going to do that. I'm going to commit to the placement of my photos, and I'm going to add these little light strings to the top because it is the lighting, so I thought that was appropriate. I'm going to pop up the ornaments, and that way it'll make it even easier for me to put the frazzle behind them. And then I have a little journaling tag that I'm going to be able to put my journaling on. And I grabbed one of the candy pieces that is wood veneer, as well as some sparkle like glitter foam on top of it. It's a little piece of candy, so I'm going to put that at the bottom. So I'm not sure that I cut too much out of this. I think I was just kind of having fun playing and wasn't really paying attention to, oh wait, I'm gluing a bunch of stuff. Maybe I should cut that out. And that's okay. So now you're just going to get the entire process. So for the frazzle, I have popped up the ornaments, and so I put a strip of glue down. I'm going to add the frazzle, and then I'm going to actually put a little bit of glue behind the fa la la paper. No, behind the black cardstock paper, and I'm going to go ahead and tuck those in so that they're going behind those. So you can tell that they are coming down and holding those ornaments up. So I was kind of seeing if maybe I wanted to take any die cuts or some of that pom-pom trim and put it on the top of the ornament, like where it would be holding like with the frazzle. But I think that I skip over all of that. So I decide to add a couple of what are those? Sweaters. So I decide to put a sweater on the bottom, as well as I'm going to put another sweater on the top, because usually it is a little bit chillier when we do the lighting. So as you can see, we are in some jackets, so I felt like the sweaters would work out good. And then I did put something on top. Oh, I think I put the acrylic star that came in there. So I'm going to add that up there, but I only had one of those, so it's going to go on the center. So basically my design is diagonal with a little bit of extra there with those ornaments. So I love how this turned out. I hope that you have enjoyed this process. I do have a couple of close-ups here for you. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I love to chat with you. I will have Color Rush Studio linked down below so you can get your hands on this amazing kit. And there is a final look at my layout. So remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye.